The Crocker Art Museum has unveiled their latest exhibit, Black Artists in America, from Civil Rights to the Bicentennial. Let's welcome Crocker Art Museum Curator Francesca Wilmott for all the details. So glad to have you on, Francesca.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us about this exhibit that I know it's at the Crocker Art Museum. It kind of was featured starting beginning of February.
That's right. So the exhibition is called Black Artists in America, from the Civil Rights to the Bicentennial, and it features 60 artworks by some of the leading African-American artists in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. It was curated by Dr. Ernestine Lavelle Jenkins, who's a professor at the University of Memphis, and it was organized by the Dixon Gallery and Garden. So it's traveled to us from Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting. So what do you hope will be the big takeaway that audiences will receive when they get to check out this show, this exhibit?
Yeah, so when you enter the gallery, I think one of the first things that really strikes you is just the diverse range of the creative works on view. There's figuration, there's abstraction, there's political protest art. And so artists were really working across the board in different styles and exploring different ideas.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many cool exhibits at the Crocker Art Museum. What would you say makes this one unique?
Yeah, I think this one is really unique because it takes place 50 years after a lot of the artwork was created. And so it gives us an opportunity to assess how far we've come, but also the work that remains to be done.
All right, so let's talk about community connections. Can you tell us more about the Crocker's partnership with the Sacramento Sojourner Truth African Heritage Museum?
Yeah, so we partnered with Shona McDaniels, who's the founding director of the Sojourner Truth Museum here in Sacramento. And she worked with students from across the Sacramento area to create poetic responses to the artworks on view. So we have over 100 responses in the exhibition that are on view right next to the artwork.
Oh, wow. What has been the students' response to the artwork?
Yeah, it's been overwhelming. So it's been really fun to see the students who wrote the poetry come into the gallery and connect their words with the images on view.
That's amazing. And tell our viewers, when can they come and see the show?
Yeah, so the exhibition is up through May 19th.
Okay.
We are open Wednesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Thursdays, we're open until 9 p.m. So there's lots of opportunities to come and see the exhibition.
Yeah, and I'm glad that there's enough time too as well. It's not just wrapping up in February, you've given it that time throughout May, so that's amazing. How did the exhibit make its journey from Memphis to Sacramento, and what's the special event that speaks to the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, we've partnered with the Dixon Gallery on a few exhibitions in the past, including Monet to Matisse and other shows. And so we always like to explore with them different shows that might have relevance across our different regions.
Yeah.
And so the exhibition came to us. We're doing a number of different programs with the show. So on April 13th, Dr. Jenkins, who's the professor who curated the show, will come to Sacramento and talk about her inspiration behind the show.
Oh, okay, so our viewers will have to go and check that out. And can you talk about what it was like for you curating the show and what the highlights were to you, what it meant for you personally?
Yeah, there's always that magical moment when you start to uncreate the artworks and see them in person. And there's one artwork by Emma Amos, and just studying it in the image was so different than seeing it in real life, just seeing how she developed the paint and really created this three-dimensional portrayal of African-American women in the exhibition.
I would definitely say with the artwork too, there's an experience when you get to see it inside of the exhibit. For our viewers who might not be familiar with the Crocker Art Museum, can you tell them what they can expect when they go to the Crocker Art?
Yeah, so when you come to the museum, you'll come to our front desk and be welcomed with a warm smile. And there's just so much to see. I mean, there's exhibitions for everybody across the board, spanning different time periods and geographies.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a wide range of exhibits. I mean, you even have fun events that go on in between. You have art mixers, so there's a lot to enjoy for all different ages, all different ranges that people enjoy. Any final tips for us?
Yeah, just come out, see it in person, enjoy the student poetry. It's really just an amazing connection to have that Sacramento spotlight in the show as well.
Alrighty, thank you so much for telling us about this. I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more information. You can find out more by going to crockerart.com.